So this, I guess that was the trial run. So I'm gonna recording in progress. Yay! Hello, Kate. How are you, my love? I'm gonna turn you up full blast so everybody can hear you. Everybody, it's Kate. It's Cate Jones from the name of your book. Okay, she's coming up. She's an author and she's from New Zealand. So you're gonna hear her voice. It's
Hi.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you up full blast so everybody can hear you on Substack. Yay! Okay,
Hi. Thank you for having me, Carrie.
hey, I can't see your face, but you don't want me to see your face, right? Because it really doesn't matter any, right? Because
Yeah.
okay, so this is our second time, guys, to do this today. Welcome to Cari Tells the Story. I have Cate Jones, the author of
Red Sea Road to Sinai.
Sea Road to Sinai. And this is my second time I have had a recording. And for those of you who are looking at me on the Zoom, this is the second time we did the recording today. Somehow the first recording got lost in space. So we're trying this one more time and we're so excited. And I'm also doing this on Substack Live. So we're not going to lose this. Cate has so many good things to say. So I'm going to sit here and interview her live. Everybody in Substack land live right now is seeing this video being recorded, and I'm going to be looking back and forth because this is, this is the Zoom. Okay, Cate, go ahead. Welcome to Cari Tells the Story. Thank you for your time today. You were
Mm.
telling us the last time we talked on our last episode when you came on and shared, you were telling us all about what happened to you. And for those of us who did not get to hear that, please, it was a wonderful time. I mean, it was like a month ago. Cari Tells the Story with Cate Jones. Go back and listen to it because it's amazing. And I did upload it on Substack, on Facebook, and on YouTube. So definitely do yourself a favor and catch up. But she has an amazing story. And but Cate, just give us a quick synopsis of what your book is about and why you're here today and what is your information that you want to share with us. Thank you so much for joining us here on Cari Tells the Story.
Thanks, Carrie. Well, my book, Red Sea Road, is an account of a good chunk of my life. It's not the whole story. The rest of the story is coming, but this one captures a great deal. So, I am from New Zealand, and my story recounts a lot of things that happened in a 22-year marriage that was pretty traumatic. So, I I experienced a lot of things because of the domestic violence and sexual abuse. So it included an eating disorder, mental health issues, depression and anxiety, hospitalizations, attempts at suicide, and also being given electric shock treatment, which really isn't treatment, but that's what they call it. So and I, in the midst of it, I had three children, and my coming out of that marriage with my children, I separated with them. Within a few short months, my ex-husband had turned my children against me. So I had 2 years in the family court trying to get help from the court to prevent this alienation that was happening. So ultimately, the court was unhelpful. My three children were extremely alienated from me, and it really wasn't even safe to be staying in New Zealand. So I fled New Zealand with a round the world ticket, 3 month round the world ticket. Really didn't know where I was going to end up, what I would be doing, who I'd be with. But that was a needful thing to do because I could not have maintained my health at the very least, and possibly even my life if I had stayed in New Zealand. So it was the most massive step I had taken, and it was.
Let me ask
Yeah,
you real quick.
sure.
Um, just to kind of brief everybody. You were born in New Zealand. You're here now. You
Mm,
went through that. You wrote a book, and you have a website. And
mm,
of course, your book is Red Sea Road to Sinai. And can we spell that? Is that RedSeaRoadToSinia? Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and the name of your website is
Red Sea Road to Sinai.com.
so Red Sea Road to Sinai.com is where they
Yeah.
can find you. So if they wanted to go on,
Amazon as well. Amazon has it too.
oh, Amazon. Amazon has it. And by the
Yeah.
way, Michael, I see you on there. You've joined. Can you give me like a thumbs up if you can hear
Catherine.
Kate,
Kate.
Kate
Yeah.
talk? Because I want to make sure that you can hear her, Michael. I know I see you. So can you kind of give me a thumbs up and just let me know that you can hear her? Because I'm pretty sure you can hear me. But is there a way that you could do that real quick and just give me a thumbs up? Could you? Could you, if you would? I'm just waiting on Michael, but he says he's joined, so I don't know if he's listening anymore. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe he didn't join. I don't know. It says he joined. Maybe he left. I don't know. It looks like he's still there, but anyway, go ahead, Kate. We
Um,
are recording you.
okay. All
Tell us.
right.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Okay.
We got Rambo here, by the way. If anybody's wondering
Oh,
about my dog, I got my
yeah.
dog Rambo. He's a wonderful little Maltipoo, and we just
Well,
love
I have a dog
him.
too. Mine is Phoenix. He's sleeping. But
Phoenix.
no, I also have so I have this book on ebook as hard copy. So readsearoadtosinai.com.
Oh, you mean like on Kindle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So the website Red Sea Road to Sinai has a lot of interesting information. It has reviews, video reviews, written reviews, yeah, chapter excerpts and photos. So there's a lot on it if anyone's interested. So I left New Zealand and I had 6 years really pretty much putting my life back together, trying to start a new life with a I ended up in Australia and had those most of those 6 years there. Um, so yeah, I was really just still going full throttle, just trying to survive, and really was not mending at all. And so I had to work, or I couldn't have stayed there. So I just really was in survival mode. Adrenaline was keeping me going.
Hmm.
Um, I I had a lot of adventures and misadventures throughout those 6 years, and I really felt like I was in the wilderness. So I had made an exit from the place that held so much trauma, but I found that I was actually moving into more areas simply by being unhealed, and I wasn't even aware that some of those things were trailing with me. So, um, yeah, I think, a big part of overcoming trauma and abuse is actually sometimes we don't understand it well enough to move away from it or get out of it, even if our present circumstances look different.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, and you told me last time when we did our amazing interview, I was pretty much listening the last time, but for the purpose of saving time,
Mhm.
I'm going to go ahead and just ask you some questions, and then
Sure.
you can kind of answer, and
Mm.
then we'll just kind of do it like that. Is that
Mm.
okay with everybody? So you said that you went to the United States because you had to leave New Zealand because of all the trauma, all the abuse, and for your sanity's sake, you came to the United States.
No, actually, no. I went to Australia.
Oh, you went to Australia.
Yeah, I
Okay.
traveled around the world,
Oh, yes.
um, and I landed back in Australia.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had 6 years in Australia.
Okay. Got you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, great. Okay,
Yeah,
good. Okay. So you were in Australia, but then you ended up in the United States
I
ultimately,
did.
correct?
Yes, I
Because
did.
you're here now.
I am.
And you did get remarried.
I
Um,
did.
and so
Mhm.
you're excited about that. And so in your book, you're talking to people about your journey
Mhm.
from this really traumatic situation that you had been caught up in for
Mhm.
a couple decades at least,
Mhm.
maybe more. And then how you've come out of this.
Mm.
And so people, when they read this book, when they go to Amazon, when they go to your website, and then when they check it out, and when they get the book, what are they gonna what are they gonna walk away with? Why would they want to get this book? Let me
Okay.
ask you that.
Well, this book I wrote as a healing tool. So there were two layers of reasons for writing this. One was to, firstly, to highlight and be a voice for the things that can happen that may not always be recognized in our lives. So I just wanted to shine a spotlight basically on those very big issues of eating disorders, domestic violence, sexual abuse, mental health issues. Um, and then also to help for me, truth, for all of us, truth should be important. And truth is really, it truly is what sets us free,
Yeah.
not someone's particular truth, but absolute truth will set us free. Um, so, yes, sometimes people don't recognize how they might be being mistreated. Even in hospitals, you can be very badly mistreated in hospitals. The
So,
people who are meant to love and care for you, like a spouse,
yeah.
or hospitals, psychiatric hospitals,
Hmm. Yeah.
doctors, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Um,
so just to catch people up, because people are jumping on. Hey, Margaret. Hey, Michael. Margaret just jumped down, so I just want to explain to Margaret. Hi, welcome to Cari Tells the Story. The reason why I'm doing this like this, I'm actually redoing a Zoom because the first recording got lost. So that's why I'm recording the Zoom, but I'm making sure that we don't lose the conversation because what she has to say, Cate Jones, my guest, author of Sea Road to Sinai, she has amazing things to say. So I was like, guess what? We are going to capture this. So she's literally on my Zoom. So I am
hmm,
recording on my Zoom and I'm also going live. So we are going live and you are actually capturing live my recording of the Zoom. And then we're also going to upload the Zoom. So you're going to have both sides of the coin. Now, you're not going to be able to see Cate because she's not sharing her picture. She's just not. Okay, she did earlier, but she's not right now. So unless you want to, Cate, if you want to jump on and show us your picture, that would be great. Because this is recording. So
oh, okay.
yeah, yeah, if you want to do that, you can show your picture. But up until now, nobody will see what you look like, but you're gorgeous. Show me she's gorgeous. So we're talking to Cate. Oh, we have another one that's just jumped down. Margaret jumped on, and I think Michael, I'm not sure if he's still with us, but thank you so much, Margaret, for joining us. Okay, there she is. She's beautiful. There she is. So, those of us who are watching on Zoom, here she is, Cate, beautiful Cate, again. Thank you so much. So, we're talking about your book and why somebody would want to read the Sea Road to Sinai. And I'm just going to sit here for maybe a good 5 minutes and listen to you. And if you can kind of encapsulate everything you said earlier and the importance of this book for at such a time as this, right? For this time in history, and why you've been spared from certain
Yeah.
potential death. I mean, you told me there were times and that you shouldn't even be here, that
Mm.
it's a miracle that you're here. So I'm going to be quiet. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, I think, I wrote my story, but it could be all our stories in some fashion because we have all been through trauma of some sort and to some degree. So, we all have common threads in our stories. And so for me, the reason for writing it was that the things I have learned through this journey that has been profoundly painful, but profoundly miraculous, are things that we can all learn from each other. So this was a very physical trauma. It was a very emotional. It was very sexual. It was a lot of loss and grief. And I mean, we are all suffering those kind of things in this world and in our lives. And if not directly, certainly in our family, friends, and so for me, it was about shining a spotlight on some very big issues that often either not talked about, or people don't talk about how they actually came out of these things, or what tools they had that made a difference. So for me, I can look back on this part of my life and see that if it was just up to me, I don't think I would have made it. But there was a supernatural hand and presence, and I know that that was God who was very much involved in my story. I have never doubted his existence. There were times where I wondered if he was willing to save me or help me. I now know that yes, he was. He always was. But I had some very big doubts along the way, but I had never ever blamed him for anything that happened in my life. I saw it um, as human choice and outcomes and behaviors. But what I do in the telling of the story is that my story can be so well paralleled to the, the story in the Bible, in the book of Exodus, which talks about the children of Israel were in bondage in Egypt. Real story, true story. So they were under oppression and bondage, and they were living in that for, I don't know, like 400 and something years. And so this was like they had got so conditioned
Mm.
to this that that it became normal for them. And we can be in life situations where there is abuse that we get so conditioned that we just think this is normal and we just need to suck it up, or but it's actually destroying us. And so domestic abuse can be a lot like that. Sometimes it's not even recognized outside of the intimate relationship. So for me, I tell the story, my personal story, and I relay it to what happened to this nation that was under bondage, and they got their deliverance and they came through the Red Sea. So, so for me, this book, if I just give an overall thing, it is about that our lives can be turned around. Sometimes we think that we are in a situation that there is no hope left, and we haven't got the courage to keep going, or there is no way that what I might need is ever going to happen. But I would just like to be a testimony to the fact that it's not over till it's over, um, and that sometimes the most remarkable things can happen in our lives when we put the pieces, as broken as they are, into the hands of God. And for me, those were always my times of being rescued, of being delivered, of being given a way out, where I just said, I don't know what to do. I'm at the end of my rope. God, I need your help.
And
So,
you have those examples in your book?
oh, yeah, right throughout my book, right throughout
Well,
my book.
I love, and I know Margaret and Michael. Oh, and Sam joined. Hi, Sam. Thank you for joining us today. Just to catch Sam up, guys. Sam, we're here right now. I'm literally recording a Cari Tells the Story live Zoom because earlier today we did it and it was a beautiful, beautiful interview and the recording got lost. Now I was just livid. And so my friend Kate, she's here right now. And I said, well, we're going to make sure that we do this. And then we're also going to put it live. So you can hear what she has to say because I want to capture what she has to say because what she has to say is super important. So we're going to upload this recording. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this one and upload this live recording. You'll be able to see her beautiful face. But Sam and Margaret and Michael, she's here right now and we're recording, and she has a book, and the name of her book is Red Sea Road to Sinai, and you can find it at redsearoadtosinai.com.
Com.
And you can also find it on Amazon, Red Sea Road to Sinai on Amazon. You can get the hard copy, or you could also get the Kindle version. So either or both, whatever. But we're going to go ahead and give you about 5 more minutes and then we're going to wrap it up. And then we're going to upload this
Yeah.
and then we'll have you on another time.
All right. Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us here at Cari Tells the Story. So we're going to give her about 5 more minutes and we're going to wrap up. Okay, go ahead, Kate. Just take
You
us
can
out.
also get it on writingofgod.com. So, I just want to say that, that when we think we've got to the end of our road and there are no options left, um, there, there, there are things that can happen in our lives that we could never have imagined or dreamed of. And so I had 6 years after these 22 years of marriage, having to flee New Zealand. 6 years in my wilderness in Australia, where I was trying to put pieces of my life back together, and not always in a very sophisticated way. I fell a lot. I was trying to do my best, and then I came to the United States, and through a series of events. I actually ended up being at the real Mount Sinai, where the Israelites actually went to through the Red Sea. And I actually ended up climbing that mountain, being married at Moses' altar in Saudi Arabia at the Mount Sinai. So my story has been profoundly um, uh, broken, but has been profoundly miraculous at the same time. And I think the more broken our lives can be, is the makings of the most glorious miracles in our lives. So my brain was shattered after having electric shock put through my brain 15 times and having anorexia and attempting suicide 4 times and losing my children. These are really big things that people may never ever recover from. And yet, what the work of God in my life, the power of His presence in my life, His ability to heal and restore. And sometimes our lives aren't the way that we might imagine, but He has brought me into places to meet people, taken me to destinations, and has grown me in ways that I would never have been outside of these heartbreaking experiences that I now get to give courage to other people to say, don't give up. Things will, things can look impossible, but I know that our lives can change, and I know that what was once broken can be made whole and restored. And I know that God is in the process and is in the business of restoring broken lives. And I'm one of those broken lives that He's restored, um, and I get to share my story and offer hope to people. So this book is absolutely a healing tool for people, and I'd encourage people to make use of it. And another one is coming. So there you are.
Yay. And it sounds like a story of victory.
It is a story
It
of
sounds, I
victory.
mean, just the fact that after everything you've been through, and there's so
Mhm.
much more that you've been through, and that you're able to talk,
Mhm.
you're able to walk, you're able to travel the world. Um, you are doing great, and you're so brave and you're so courageous to come on, even twice today. Thank you
That's
so much
it.
for your patience with me. And
Mhm.
for those of you who are wondering who this little fluffy guy is, this is Rambo. He's my multi-poo. He's my little lamb. He's probably about 4 years old now. Yeah, he's a little buddy, but thank you so much for joining us here today. And I'm going to go ahead
Privilege.
and prayerfully, successfully upload this so y'all can see beautiful Kate on the Zoom. I'll upload it to the Substack and my YouTube and my Facebook as well. So thank you, my dear. Again,
Thank
Cate
you.
Jones, thank you for joining us today here at Cari Tells the Story. Happy Friday to everyone. Fabulous Friday. And Kate, we're going to have you on again. I'm going to figure it out. I'm obviously no rocket scientist here, but we're going to figure it out and we're going to have you on again and we're going to try to do it right. But you know what? Nobody's perfect and we're all trying. Margaret says, are you gonna include the links? Is there a way that you could text me the link? and then I can
Yeah, I
put
can
it
do
on.
that. Yep.
Yeah, and then I'll put it on
Sure.
my Substack so people can just click there. But like I said, writingofgod.com or
Red Sea Road to Sinai
Red Sea Road to Sinai.com
or
or
Amazon.
Amazon. And the name of the book is Red Sea Road to Sinai by Cate Jones.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. I am
Thank
so proud of you because you're an empowering woman. And
you.
I'm very proud of you that you have come out of this disaster zone. You've come out of this rubble, all
Yeah.
right? And you have, and now you're telling your story and you're giving hope and encouragement, inspiration to others, and you're willing to share and be vulnerable and say, hey, you're not alone. I'm here
That's
with
it.
you. And then you also have your creator who is there with you, giving you strength every day. So you're hooked up. So thank you so much, Cate. Isn't she awesome? Give her some love today, people. I mean, she's so awesome. I know that we had a bunch of hearts going off a few minutes ago, but I'm super excited about your journey and I'm super excited to know you. And Rambo says, thank you.
I Rambo.
Rambo says, thank you. All right, girl, you have a great
Okay.
night and
Thank you.
we'll be in touch. Love you.
Thank you. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
everybody, for joining us today at Substack. I'm going to go ahead and close out this little video. Hopefully, I don't do it wrong again. Dear God. Okay, recording. I guess I pause it or do I stop?